Hey Changemaker, I'm David Collinsworth, founder of Stakeholders Voice and pioneer of directed democracy. The number one question so far is, how does directed democracy work? And what you really want to know is, how specifically does directed democracy go from being an idea to creating a government that is transparent and accountable while putting power back into the hands of the people where it actually belongs? All that talk about an oath at stakeholdersvoice.com is how it happens. But since that's as clear as mud, let me explain. American citizens, just like you, become members at stakeholdersvoice.com because they are sick and tired of being ignored and railroaded by our political system. They demand to have a seat at the table when it comes to what laws they have to live under and how much they have to pay for those laws. They demand transparency and accountability from their elected representatives, and they are done with all the empty promises. So now that you're a member, you have access to the nonpartisan policy creation system, where you and every other member of Stakeholders Voice contribute directly to shaping policies at every level of our government. Super simple, right? Members create policy, policy becomes law. So now we have a hopeful little policy just waiting for a champion. We know that current representatives aren't going to champion our policies because they just don't. So why would they start now? No, we need a champion from within. We need a Stakeholders Voice member to step up and be a leader. That's why we have an entire system set up to elevate members that are interested in becoming leaders and elected representatives. The members that bring in the most new members get the chance to run as a Stakeholders Voice candidate. You do more for the community, and the community does more for you. Makes sense, right? Now, this is where the magic happens. Everything that we want from our politicians: honesty, transparency, accountability, a champion for our policies, and integrity, are agreed to by our potential representative by taking the Stakeholders Voice oath of office and by signing a legally binding contract that puts real accountability behind that oath before they ever get the chance to call themselves a Stakeholders Voice candidate. Essentially, this contract removes a large chunk of the power an elected representative would normally have and hands it over, lovingly, to you. Now you're probably wondering why a politician would agree to give away half of their power. They wouldn't. That's why we can't get any sort of campaign financing reform, lobbyist reform, and many other proposals that would start fixing some of the issues that are destroying our country from within. That's why Stakeholders Voice members that believe that power belongs with the people, that are not politicians already, have to be our champions. They are the only ones that would ever agree to take an oath and sign a contract that they know will limit their power. They do it because, number one, it's the right thing to do, and selfishly because they want to win. While everyone else is giving you empty rhetoric in exchange for your vote, Stakeholders Voice candidates are offering you real power in exchange for your vote. They are trading something of immense value for your sacred vote, the core element of democratic power. And that, my friend, is Stakeholders Voice and directed democracy in a nutshell. Directed democracy is a new contract with the American people. If you are willing to put in a little effort by becoming an active member of Stakeholders Voice, which takes less than 5 minutes a day and costs less than 50 cents a week, and vote for Stakeholders Voice representatives in every election you are eligible to vote in, you can have your power and your country back. Join us today, right now, because we can truly do so much more together.